How's it going, Animates? My name is Byax. Welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer analysis. Before we get this video started, if you are brand new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell right beside it so that you won't miss every single content that comes here on the channel. Man, this trailer was something, man. I'm telling you, this trailer caught me by surprise. I really thought that this trailer would basically be like the last one when basically it was just showing text and all that stuff. And I kind of felt like I thought it was going to be like a teaser type of trailer, but no, it was actually a full blown on trailer, and it was really good. It was really interested, and I cannot wait to dive into this analysis because there are lots of questions that I really have when it comes to the DLC, and there's some new things in here that I just can't wait to enjoy when I get the actual game. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so we're going to pause right here. This part, it says, the heart you have now already existed during that time. So let me stop here for a quick second. When this was, said right here, obviously I immediately thought of time travel because we all know in the main Kingdom Hearts story, telling, basically Sora basically used the power of awakening to go ahead and save everybody, including Kairi, and basically it, time kind of reset it due to the lingering will actually saving Sora and them. That time, it was like the first attempt, they actually failed and they lost. Darkness prevailed and light expires. So when Sora used the power of awakening to go to, the final world and basically met Cheerthy and all that stuff, Sora used the power of waking to actually find his friends and all that stuff. So I think this is exactly what this message meant. It said already existed during that time, meaning that he tried to defeat Terranor and them, but they all lost at the end. And basically, his message, he said that this is a day you all lose, and he meant during that time frame. So maybe this is exactly what it meant by already existed during that time. And I cannot wait to actually get into the DLC and learn a little bit more about this message, because this this can be a little bit interesting. Then it says it already gone back into the past. So this one is really interesting. Now, I don't know fully what this actually means. Now, when Cheerthy said it has already gone back into the past, what does this actually mean? Does that mean that Sora has used the power of awakening more than 3 times? Because we all know in the main story, he used the power of awakening 3 times. Or could this possibly mean that Sora has been basically in a time loop for like months and all that stuff? Because you guys know throughout the movies and all that stuff how basically when you time travel, you keep failing, and you keep failing. Like for my Miraculous Ladybug fans out there, think about the Viper, for example, the Viper Miraculous. He used second chance. So is it possible that Sora could have failed multiple times and basically he used the power of awakening like again and again until he wins? Is that what it is? Because from seeing this, it looks like he time traveled or used the power of awakening more than 3 times. It sounded like he's been using this for months and months, and he failed and keep failing. That's what I'm getting at from here. Because think about it. Look at how it's worded. It says it had already gone back into the past, meaning that this could have been done twice, or this could have been done like multiple times, and Sora just basically failed. And that's something that, I cannot wait to, touch bases on. That's something I cannot wait to actually find out, because this is something that's really interested to what Cheerthy actually said. Then here it says nothing can change that fact. So this may be indicating that even though if Sora, used the power of awakening so many times to try to fix everything, Cheerthy is basically saying nothing can really, change all that. it says nothing can really change that fact. So meaning that every time when he, you know, does this type of thing, every time when he uses the power of awakening, basically he makes the situation worse. That's basically what this is probably saying, and I wouldn't be surprised if Chirithy is actually saying this at this point, because we all know how reckless Sora can be at sometimes, but at the exact same time, Sora can be also very, very serious when he comes to doing what he does. So maybe this is the indication that even though if you keep using the power of awakening, nothing can change this sort of timestamp, this sort of time point. But we all know that that's not true, because we've all played the main story and they won at the end, but, you know, Sora disappeared, which I'll get to later on in this analysis. So let's go ahead and continue. Now, we're going to stop right here. Now, look at this. This is really, 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 really good. Now, hold up. Let me play it just a little bit more. So, okay. So, Lee is using his old weapons. Xion has her Keyblade, obviously. And Kairi is there. And then it says, just like Sora's. And that's something I want to pause about. Now, I'm so sorry that I found out about this like late and all that stuff, but I did not know that Axel can use a form change. That is interesting, because I thought Sora was the only one that had that ability in the game. I really thought he was the only one. So I'm late to the party. I'm finding out Axel can use form changes. This is something that's really, really new to me. This is something that's interesting. Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm late to the party, but I find this very, very, very cool. Like, I can't wait to see in the future if, you know, Axel, you know, continues to use his form changes, because that will be so good. I hope he's playable at this point, because if he is playable, maybe we can have the option to use his form changes into battle. And that's something that, you know, that can be really, really interesting. Like, basically, the form changes are basically the same with Sora, but Axel's viewpoint. I kind of like it. I really, really like it. So I cannot wait. So let's continue. So form changes. Then you use that to the... Yo, this is clean. This is actually clean. And then we have Roxas, you know, have his Oblivion and his Oathkeeper. And obviously he's dragging his Keyblade on the ground. Then we have Xion. Then they're attacking them together. Now, at this point right here, this is something I want to say. Now, this is somewhat the weird part, but Nomura has confirmed that in the main game, you have the option to choose to play as Sora, or you have the option to choose to play as Roxas during that point. So basically, it's a different point of view. And at first, I really thought, and my first initial thought was that, wait, if Sora is using the power of awakening multiple times, if this is true, then he probably wouldn't be part of his battle, which is something that, you know, interests me, which is something I was really talking to a friend of mine last night. And basically, after that, I was just really, really thinking about what could this possibly mean? Why is it just the three of them? Maybe, since Nomura did confirm it, he did say that maybe you have the option to choose. But in my second mind, I really thought that maybe Sora isn't part of this battle, and this is probably why everyone is battling by themselves at this point. But also, that wouldn't be right as well, because how would Roxas be triggered? How would he come back is the question. If that was the case, then Roxas would never came back at this point, because Sora is not he's not part of the final battle. So it wouldn't make any sense for Axel, Roxas, and Xion to actually, you know, battle Saïx, because what's the point in that if Sora's not really part of that final battle? So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so here it says Kairi's heart hasn't been lost yet, which is something that's interesting. So I'm going to say this right here. Maybe this was being said because of, you know, obviously Sora used the power of awakening, but this doesn't make any sense. Him saying this would not make any sense unless we've already defeated Xehanort and basically after the Keyblade Graveyard cutscene, Sora used the Power of Awakening to go to the final world again, because we see him in his full, form and all that stuff, and this plot wouldn't make any sense. So let's go forward to what Chirthy actually said as well. She's still with us, right? That doesn't make any sense. That wasn't in the main game. Maybe, but this time the situation is a lot worse. Now, automatically, I'm really assuming that Sora has defeated Xehanort, and after the Keyblade Graveyard, after they, talked and whatnot, Sora used the Power of Awakening to go to the final world again. But Chirthy said that, but this time the situation is a lot worse, indicating that maybe Sora has time traveled more than one time, just like what I said before. And that's something that I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. So, my opinion on this is hopefully this will explain this cutscene, because I have a good feeling that this is exactly what's going on. Is that after the final battle, Sora has used the Power of Awakening again to go to the final world to try to get Kairi. And I personally believe that when we are trying to locate Kairi, I think that's going to be the secret episode, in my opinion, because lots of people have been, saying that maybe Sora saving Kairi is the secret episode, which I wouldn't be surprised up to this point, because this cutscene wouldn't make any sense without this turn and plot twist. This cutscene wouldn't make any sense unless if Sora used the Power of Awakening during the Keyblade Graveyard situation, which, no, it's not possible. But I think that maybe Sora, after Sora has defeated Xehanort, Master Xehanort, and basically told his friends and Donald and Goofy and the rest of the game that he was going to use the Power of Awakening to go and chase Kairi's heart and bring it back to, the realm of light, then it would make sense for this cutscene to be here, because Chirthy is saying maybe this time the situation is a lot worse, meaning that Sora used the Power of Awakening like 3 times in the game, and now this is 4th time using it. So this is probably why Chirthy said you're making the situation worse, because of how many times you actually use the Power of Awakening, which makes sense for, this cutscene to exist. So let's continue. Now, oh god, this is really, really cool. So, obviously, we're battling Vanitas, and it looks like data boss battles are back. And we can see that the Oblivion is actually back. Hold up, let's actually back up just a little bit. And yeah, the Oblivion is back. Look, the Oblivion is back. I love it. And as we could tell, Sora's clothes is actually dark. So, and we can see dark form. So maybe when we use the Oblivion, maybe Sora has the dark form, so that way it can give him like dark powers or something like that. I don't know, but maybe this is a cool form. I can't wait to try it, and it's for free too, so I cannot wait. And maybe this can be a very, very, extra help to Sora, to his magic boost, his strength boost, and all that stuff. I know that's the point, but this is really, really cool, and this is brand new, so I kind of can't wait. So obviously he's using Reflecta to dodge all of Vanitas' Keyblades and all that stuff, but this time, if you see Vanitas, he's all in dark clothes. There's no red, there's no nothing, and his Keyblade is black as well. So that's something that's really, really interesting. Maybe it's so dark to maybe I can't see, but as of right now, I'm just seeing Vanitas all black, which is so interesting. So I cannot wait to actually see why this is in this particular color. But that Reflecta is nice, the Keyblades are nice, and I cannot wait to touch bases with the data battles. It looks pretty cool. Now, this is the part right here. Oh god. Woo! Now, this right here, this is, obviously, it looks like the shot lock command, but I don't know, it's not showing shot lock, so I don't know why. But, obviously, Sora is definitely using the shot lock commands, and we can definitely see that it says excellent when you do, the quick shots and all that stuff, and Sora is using what it looks like light form, because he's using the Oblivion Keyblade, which is also for free. Not the Oblivion, crap, the Oathkeeper. He's using the Oathkeeper. So the Oathkeeper and the Oblivion are free, which I'm so glad that it is. Nomura did confirm this along way back when. And, you know, this is really, really cool. So I kind of like how this shot lock command is. It says quick shots and the controls and all that stuff. Maybe if this isn't a, you know, shot lock command, maybe this is just like a another situation command, maybe. I don't know. But it looks pretty dope. So I cannot wait to touch bases on this fight. And Nomura did say that we are having, like, more and more bosses, like insanely, over 20, which I cannot wait to see who we are actually going to be fighting. Hopefully we got some Final Fantasy characters. Hopefully. Comment down below if you want some Final Fantasy characters. So let's continue. Okay, cool. Okay, we see Aqua and Terranort and casting you out of terror forever. Now this is the part right here. Vin is literally sliding on ice. He's using his keyblade as a skateboard. But actually, let's go back for a minute. I'm not sure if you guys noticed this in the trailer, but Ventus actually, he was actually not only riding on his keyblade, but it looks like before it changed into his keyblade, it looks like he was riding on his armor scooter, or whatever the thing was called back when we played Birth by Sleep. But it looks like Ventus actually changed the keyblade into his car or whatever. I don't know what it is, but basically, you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, when it changed it to that, it looked like he was riding that before it changed into the keyblade, which is something that's really cool. So what if we're actually riding one of them things in Kingdom Hearts 3 as Vin? That would be pretty cool if that was the case, because that would be, whoa, that would be really exciting. Like, we know that we used it in the worlds before when it comes to traveling and all that stuff, and when it comes to like boss battles in space and all that stuff in Birth by Sleep. But now, what if we could actually use this in battle? That's really cool in the actual world. That's awesome. It's really awesome. So I cannot wait to see if that's the case. Now if we can see here, oh, let's go back for a minute. So basically, it looks like gameplay, but it looks like, you know, it looks like a cinematic, you know, look and all that stuff. But basically, maybe this is actually Aqua's, you know, not situation command, but this looks like her special move, to where basically it got Vin into swirling and all that stuff. So this is really cool. I kind of like this. This is like a this looks like a combo attack that basically you can use and all that stuff, which is something that, you know, that's awesome. I cannot wait to use that. I know this is gameplay, and I know this is, you know, basically a, you know, the command deck. I know this is part of the command deck. I know this isn't just a scene. This is actually the command deck right here. Then we have the Master Masters. Here he says, I suppose letting false light dictate the future might be pretty lousy. So I don't know what he meant by false light dictate. The future might be pretty lousy. I don't know what he fully means by that. Maybe he's saying that there's a false guardian of light. Maybe he's saying there's a false light in the realm of light. Maybe he's saying the realm of light isn't the realm of light. There's like multiple things that can be identified when the Master Masters is actually saying this. Yes, this is the Master Masters because this was confirmed by Nomura in the Ultimania, which basically I made a video talking about, was it Lushu or Master Masters? Well, we got our answer. It is the Master Masters. But the real question is, how is he here? How is he here? And that's something that I feel like maybe he has jumped oral lines to actually get here. Because my theory is that the Master Masters, since he's here and since Nomura confirmed that this is officially the Master Masters, I personally believe that he has been time traveling back and forth to the fairy tale, you know, Union Cross, and the current line of Kingdom Hearts 3. So I think he's been time traveling back and forth. Why? I don't know. I just feel like that's exactly what he's been doing to, you know, plot his little plan or whatnot. We don't know what the Master's plan fully is. We all know that his interest is Kingdom Hearts, and basically that's that. So I don't know, but like back to the letting false light dictate the future. This can mean multiple things, honestly. This can mean a false guardian of light. This can mean the false realm of light. It can mean a bunch of things when he says this. So I cannot wait to touch bases on what this actually means when I actually get the full-on DLC, because this is something that's really, really interesting. This is an interesting thing that he's actually said, and, you know, it's just kind of funny that he says this. I don't know what this actually fully means. Pretty lousy. So you have the power to make a change. Obviously, when he says you have the power to make a change, he's talking about Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts does have the power to, you know, create a world in your own image. So obviously, the Masters is using young Xehanort. He's manipulating young Xehanort to try to basically tell the current, you know, Xehanort to actually, you know, go to Kingdom Hearts and actually change, you know, reality and all that stuff. And with Master Xehanort, what's really, really interesting, because if we go back to, you know, Scala et Kylum, Master Xehanort, he mentioned this sort of thing that the Masters is somewhat saying. He said that it is the nexus which all worlds spring. And alongside with that, there was another text where he said, oh, false light or something like that. He says something about false light. So I tried to figure out what exactly was he talking about. And now false light is being, you know, said once again with the Master of Masters. So this can possibly mean that there could be a false light somewhere. Like, it can be identified as a false light. And basically, you know, Master Masters is obviously, you know, using young Xehanort or trying to influence him to, you know, be part of his schemes and all that stuff without young Xehanort realizing, or Master Xehanort. But we just have to wait and see to the DLC, because this is just somewhat interesting. There was just so much in this trailer that just raised to questioning, and I'm so glad that I'm just talking about this. I'm so sorry that I'm just rambling, because like everything that's on my mind, I just want to fully put out there, because this is something that I just really find interesting with this trailer. There's so much things that has been said in this trailer that I just gotta know. And I just got to put out there, because this is something that I just really, really think about all day yesterday. And I just hope that these questions will be answered, and that's what Nomura said. But, you know, we'll wait. We'll see. You have the power to make a change. What do you want for the world? Yep, Kingdom Hearts. He's indicating Kingdom Hearts, obviously. Okay, now we have Namine here. Okay, so this cutscene is interesting. So my initial thought was, I thought that at this point, this was when Sora was waking up, you know, Ventus, when they were basically in the land of departure, also known as Castle Oblivion. But this says it's bad news for Terra if either of the team get hurt. I'm wondering, why was this actually said? It's bad enough if Terra and them obviously got hurt. Now, this raised to questioning. This goes to, like, the beginning of the video when it came to, like, your heart exists then, now exists now, or whatever it said. I'm not going to go back and read what it actually said. What if, this is something that came on my mind, what if there are different timelines to the final battle? Because, like, this wouldn't make any sense at this point. Like, I don't understand why this is in here. I don't understand why this was actually being said by Sora, because, like, I'm like, wait, what? Like, when I first saw the trailer, you know, I was excited, but when I watched it the second time to, you know, try to prepare for my trailer analysis video, this is something I seen, and I'm like, what does this actually mean? Because this doesn't to me, this doesn't make sense to be in the game. Why would he say it's bad news for Terra if either of them get hurt? Now, people are speculating that this could have been part when Sora, after, the Guardians of Light got slashed down and everything, and Sora used the power of Awakening to try to bring him back. No, that doesn't make any sense up to this point, because why would he say it's bad news for Terra if either of them gets hurt? They already gotten hurt. They already have fallen. So it wouldn't make any sense for Namine to be right here and Sora to be right here at the time of when they got struck down, and Sora is using the power of Awakening to try to bring them back. That would not make any sense for Namine to be here and for Sora to say this. So my guess is Sora, like I said in the beginning, Sora has used the power of Awakening more than 3 times. He's used it probably for months and months and months. I think that there are 3 separate timelines here. 3 identical timelines. And I'll make a separate video on explaining why I believe there are 3 identified timelines. Because lots of people have been, talking about different timelines in Kingdom Hearts due to the final battle and all that stuff. Because we all know that when Sora used the power of Awakening to bring the friends back, then basically time resetted itself, and basically the lingering will came down and basically, stopped Terranort from basically clashing Ventus and the rest of the game down. So I think that when this cutscene happened, I think Sora actually told Namine to actually go back to, because we'll go into, well, actually let me play it before I actually say it. There's just a cutscene for either of them get hurt. Okay, so this says right here, you have to leave, go to the world of Ocean and Sky. What is the world of Ocean and Sky? The final world. Why would Sora tell Namine to go to the final world when Sora haven't gone there yet? Now, this is something that I'm just really, really wondering. Are there multiple timelines during this final battle? This is something that's just really, really interesting. Because I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about this, and he also mentioned this. He was the very first one that mentioned this. And now this got me into thinking, this really doesn't make sense. This cutscene doesn't make any sense at all. Because, I thought that, this cutscene took place with, Sora waking up Ventus, and it could possibly be. But after Sora has said, go back to the world of Sky and Ocean, I'm like, wait, why would Sora say that? He's talking about the final world. He hasn't gone there yet. So what is actually going on here? Which Sora is, because this is just somewhat just interesting. Time travel is just, it's kind of getting on my nerves to this point, but at the exact same time, it's just interested in what Sora actually said, because this kind of wouldn't make any sense. Why would Sora tell Namine to go back to the Ocean and Sky? Which is something that just doesn't make any sense. And I thought that at this point, Sora has defeated Master Xehanort, and basically he's going to save Kairi. And I thought that's where this could have taken place, but obviously it isn't. Because why would Sora defeat Master Xehanort, then use the power of Awakening, come up here and try to find Kairi, and then see Namine, which makes sense because Namine got slashed. I mean, not Namine, Kairi got slashed down, which obviously indicate that Namine would be separated from Kairi. Yes, that would make sense, but Sora is telling Namine to go back to the final world, which doesn't make any sense. So I don't know what's actually going on here. I don't know if Sora is actually, I don't know if he used the power of Awakening more than one time. I don't know if time travel is responsible for this, but we just have to wait and see, because this is something that's just interesting. This cutscene right here specifically is just interesting. Hopefully I'll dig bases when I make another video about this, but this is just something that's just really, really funny to me. You have to leave, go to the final world of Ocean and Sky, and you. Now, here's the Lingering Will and Terranort. Oh, man. clashing down together. Now it looks like they're gonna be. It looks like Lingering Will is going to be playable at this point. Woo! Okay, guys, that'll do for today's trailer analysis. What I want to know in the comment section below is, what are your thoughts into everything that I just said? Because, like, literally, this trailer blew my mind, especially with Namine and Sora's interactions at the end, which is something I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to piece together what point in time does that cutscene actually happen, because to me, it's just, you know, kind of funny that Sora will actually tell Namine to go back to the land of ocean and sky, because we know that he's obviously talking about the final world. So what point in time is it? So my name is Byax. Hope you guys have an awesome, very fantastic day. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell right beside it so that you won't miss every single content that comes here on this channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.